Inspirational Quotes by Steve Jobs. Lessons on life and leadership. Life is full of unexpected twists and turns, and often, we find ourselves trying to predict what lies ahead. However, as Steve Jobs profoundly stated, you can't connect the dots looking forward. You can only connect them looking backward. This means that while we may strive to anticipate the future and understand how our current actions will shape it, true clarity only comes in hindsight. It is only when we pause and reflect on our past experiences that we begin to see the intricate ways in which seemingly unrelated events have come together to guide us to where we are today. Join our community of quote lovers. Subscribe to classic quotes that inspire, and let's grow together. This philosophy serves as a powerful reminder that life is not always about having a clear roadmap from the start. Instead, it encourages us to trust that the choices we make, the challenges we face, and the opportunities we embrace will eventually align in ways that make sense later on. Trust is at the core of this belief. Trust in yourself, in destiny, in life, or even in karma. As Jobs emphasized, having faith in something greater than ourselves is essential because it provides the foundation for navigating uncertainty. This approach, he said, has never let me down, and it has made all the difference in my life. Belief plays a pivotal role in shaping our journey. Whether it's believing in your own abilities, trusting that life has a purpose, or accepting that every experience contributes to your growth, these convictions help guide us through moments of doubt and confusion. When faced with setbacks or decisions that seem overwhelming, remembering that the dots will connect someday allows us to move forward with confidence. It reassures us that even if the path seems unclear now, each step we take is part of a larger picture that will reveal itself in time. Ultimately, Jobs' message underscores the importance of patience and self-trust. Life is unpredictable, but by embracing its uncertainties and maintaining faith in our journey, we can create meaning and fulfillment. Every experience, no matter how small or insignificant it may seem, contributes to the bigger story of who we are and who we are becoming. And when we finally look back, we'll realize that everything happened exactly as it was meant to. Work occupies a large part of everyone's life, and to truly be satisfied with what you're doing, you need to believe that the work is something wonderful. It's not just a means to make a living. It's also a way to express your personal value and create meaningful things. According to Steve Jobs, the key to achieving deep satisfaction from work is to love what you do. When you love your job, each day becomes more meaningful, and every effort you put in brings joy instead of stress or pressure. However, not everyone is fortunate enough to find their passion right away. Steve Jobs emphasized that if you haven't yet discovered what truly excites you, never stop searching. Don't settle for mediocrity or temporary solutions because life is too short to waste on things that aren't truly important to you. Keep exploring, experimenting, and listening to your heart. Passion doesn't just appear out of nowhere. It takes time to grow and develop. When you find it, you'll recognize it immediately, just like two perfect puzzle pieces fitting together. This holds true for all matters of the heart. When you find your true love, you'll know. To achieve this, you need the courage to follow your intuition and inner voice, regardless of others' opinions or societal expectations. Society sometimes pressures us to conform to certain molds, but Steve Jobs advised against letting the noise of external opinions drown out your own inner voice. Trust yourself and the path you choose, even if it seems difficult or unconventional at times. Finally, remember that there's no limit to learning and self-improvement. If you love your work, the relationship between you and your job will deepen over time. Like any valuable relationship, this bond grows stronger when nurtured with passion and sustained commitment. So, never stop dreaming, and never stop searching for what truly ignites your passion for life. Creativity, at its core, is the ability to connect seemingly unrelated ideas and experiences to form something entirely new. It's not about inventing from scratch, but rather synthesizing knowledge, memories, and lessons drawn from personal experiences. Creative individuals have a unique talent for drawing upon their past encounters, observations, and insights to create innovative solutions or concepts. When asked how they achieved something groundbreaking, many creative people often feel a sense of humility because they didn't necessarily invent anything. They simply connected dots that others might not have seen. This process becomes intuitive over time as they learn to synthesize their experiences into something fresh and meaningful. Steve Jobs emphasized that creativity thrives when people are exposed to diverse experiences. Those who immerse themselves in varied fields, whether it's art, science, history, or technology, are better equipped to make connections across disciplines. This broad perspective allows them to approach problems differently and come up with more holistic solutions. In contrast, individuals with limited exposure tend to think linearly, lacking the breadth of understanding needed to innovate effectively. Therefore, fostering creativity requires stepping outside comfort zones and embracing new challenges, environments, and ideas. Innovation, on the other hand, is what separates leaders from followers. While creativity fuels the generation of novel ideas, innovation ensures these ideas are implemented in ways that disrupt industries and improve lives. True leadership lies in focusing not just on aesthetics but also on functionality. For Jobs, design wasn't merely about how a product looked. It was fundamentally about how it worked. Great leaders understand this balance and strive to integrate both elements seamlessly. They recognize that even the most beautiful designs will fail if they don't serve their purpose efficiently. Creativity and innovation go hand in hand. Leaders must cultivate an environment where creative minds can thrive by encouraging collaboration, experimentation, and risk-taking. By doing so, they empower teams to push boundaries and deliver products that redefine markets. Whether through incremental improvements or revolutionary breakthroughs, the ability to innovate distinguishes those who lead from those who follow. As Steve Jobs famously said, "Innovation distinguishes the leader from the follower," reminding us that true progress comes from bold thinking and relentless execution. Design is not merely about how a product looks on the surface. It goes far beyond aesthetics. According to Steve Jobs, design is fundamentally about how a product works. While appearance plays a role in creating an emotional connection with users, the true essence of design lies in its functionality and ability to deliver a seamless experience. A beautifully designed product that fails to perform effectively will ultimately disappoint its users. Therefore, great design must balance form and function, blending visual appeal with practicality. This philosophy guided Apple's approach to innovation, ensuring that every product was not only pleasing to the eye but also intuitive and efficient in its operation. Quality, too, is paramount in the creation of exceptional products. Jobs believed that excellence should permeate every aspect of a product, from the most visible features to the smallest unseen details. He famously emphasized this point by stating that even parts of a product no one would ever see should be crafted with care. For example, he once remarked that when building a piece of furniture, such as a chest of drawers, a carpenter wouldn't use inferior materials for the back just because it faced the wall. In the same way, Apple ensured that the internal components of their devices were as meticulously designed as the exteriors. This commitment to perfection set Apple apart in an industry where cutting corners is often tempting. This dedication to quality reflects a deeper respect for the user. When people invest in a product, they expect it to work flawlessly and last over time. By focusing on both external design and internal engineering, Apple demonstrated that attention to detail matters at every level. Jobs understood that consumers may not consciously notice every aspect of a product's craftsmanship, but they instinctively feel the difference between something made with passion and something assembled without thoughtfulness. That's why he urged his teams to be a yardstick of quality, setting high standards that others might find difficult to match. Jobs' vision taught us that great design and uncompromising quality are inseparable. They create products that resonate deeply with users, offering them not just utility but also joy. Whether through elegant interfaces or robust performance, the fusion of these principles ensures that a product stands out in a crowded marketplace. As Jobs often reiterated, life is brief, and everything we choose to do should aim for excellence. This belief drove Apple's mission to build devices that weren't just good enough but truly extraordinary, inside and out. Success in business is never the result of a single individual's efforts. It is always the product of teamwork. Steve Jobs emphasized this idea by stating, "Great things in business are never done by one person. They're done by a team of people." Behind every groundbreaking innovation or successful product lies the collective effort of individuals who bring diverse skills, perspectives, and experiences to the table. A strong team acts as a support system where members balance each other's strengths and weaknesses, creating something greater than the sum of its parts. This collaborative dynamic was evident at Apple, where Jobs credited much of the company's success to the talented teams he worked with. He often likened his model for business to the Beatles, explaining that just as the band members kept each other's negative tendencies in check and balanced one another, so too must teams operate in harmony to achieve greatness. Beyond collaboration, trust plays a foundational role in achieving success. Not just trust in technology, but, more importantly, trust in people. Jobs believed that while tools and innovations are essential, they are only as effective as the individuals using them. As he famously said, "It's not the tools that you have faith in, tools are just tools. They work or they don't work. It's people you have faith in or not." Technology alone cannot drive progress. It requires human ingenuity, creativity, and determination to unlock its full potential. Trusting in people means believing in their ability to solve problems, adapt to challenges, and push boundaries. When employees feel trusted and valued, they are more likely to contribute passionately and take ownership of their work. Jobs also understood that fostering an environment of mutual respect and confidence among team members is critical. Leaders must create spaces where people can thrive, innovate, and express themselves freely without fear of judgment. By placing his faith in the right individuals and empowering them to excel, Jobs demonstrated that true leadership is about enabling others to succeed. This philosophy extended beyond Apple, as Jobs admired companies like Sony for their ability to reinvent ideas through deep understanding and collaboration. In the end, Jobs' vision serves as a reminder that no matter how sophisticated technology grows, it is our humanity, our collective values, ingenuity, and mutual trust that propels true pro-time is one of the most precious resources we have, and it is inherently limited. As Steve Jobs wisely pointed out, "Your time is limited, so don't waste it living someone else's life." This simple yet profound statement serves as a reminder that life is too short to be spent conforming to societal expectations or following paths dictated by others. Each person has their own unique journey, and staying true to oneself is essential to living a fulfilling life. To achieve this, Jobs emphasized the importance of following your heart and intuition. These inner guides are powerful tools that can help you navigate through uncertainty and make decisions that align with your deepest values and aspirations. In a world often dominated by external pressures, listening to your inner voice allows you to break free from dogma, the rigid beliefs and expectations imposed by others, and create a life that feels authentic and meaningful. Another key lesson Jobs shared is the importance of remembering our mortality. He believed that keeping the inevitability of death in mind helps us avoid the trap of thinking we have something to lose. When faced with the reality of death, many of the fears that hold us back, such as fear of failure, embarrassment, or judgment, begin to fade away. As Jobs put it, "Remembering that you will die is the best way I know to avoid the trap of thinking you have something to lose." Death strips away all illusions, leaving only what truly matters. It forces us to confront the present moment and prioritize what aligns with our core desires and principles. This mindset encourages boldness and courage, enabling us to take risks and pursue opportunities that might otherwise seem daunting. By embracing these ideas, we can cultivate a sense of clarity and purpose. Instead of being weighed down by the noise of others' opinions or the fear of making mistakes, we can focus on what genuinely excites and fulfills us. Life becomes an opportunity to explore, grow, and contribute in ways that resonate deeply with who we are. Ultimately, Jobs' philosophy teaches us that there is no greater gift than the ability to live authentically. By acknowledging our mortality and trusting ourselves, we can let go of unnecessary burdens and dedicate our time to pursuits that bring joy, meaning, and impact to our lives. Success isn't defined by individual achievements, but by what we create collaboratively as a unified team. Apple's philosophy has always been centered around creating the best products rather than chasing market share or competing solely on scale. This approach is deeply ingrained in the company's DNA and reflects Steve Jobs' belief that excellence should be the driving force behind innovation. For Apple, Success isn't measured by how many units are sold or how large their market share becomes. Instead, it's defined by the quality, impact, and uniqueness of the products they deliver. As Jobs once said, "Our goal is to make the best devices in the world, not to be the biggest." This unwavering commitment to excellence has allowed Apple to carve out a distinct identity in an industry often dominated by cost-cutting measures and compromises. By prioritizing craftsmanship, design, and user experience, Apple ensures that every product carries a sense of purpose and artistry. A key element of Apple's strategy is its focus on integrating technology with the liberal arts, a concept championed by Steve Jobs himself. He believed that true innovation arises when technological expertise meets creativity, aesthetics, and human-centered design. This intersection allows Apple to create products that are not just functional but also emotionally resonant and transformative. The goal is to craft experiences that inspire users and enrich their lives. Whether through intuitive interfaces, elegant hardware design, or seamless integration across devices. Jobs famously stated, "The reason that Apple is able to create products like the iPad is because we've always tried to be at the intersection of technology and the liberal arts." This philosophy explains why Apple products feel different. They aren't just tools. They are expressions of creativity and ingenuity. This dedication to blending technology with artistry has set Apple apart from competitors who may prioritize features or specifications over the overall user experience. While other companies might focus on adding incremental improvements, Apple strives for revolutionary changes that redefine industries. For example, when introducing the iPhone, Jobs didn't present it as merely another phone. He described it as a leapfrog product that combined a phone, an iPod, and an internet communicator into one sleek device. This ability to reimagine what technology can do stems directly from Apple's mission to push boundaries and think differently. Apple's approach shows that greatness comes from staying true to your vision and refusing to follow trends blindly. By aiming to create the best rather than the most, Apple continues to lead with innovation, leaving a lasting mark on both consumers and the tech industry as a whole. One of Steve Jobs' most enduring philosophies was the importance of focus and simplicity. He believed that simplicity is a hallmark of true innovation, but achieving it is far more challenging than creating complexity. As Jobs famously explained, "Simple can be harder than complex." This is because simplifying something requires deep thought, clarity, and the ability to distill ideas down to their essence. It means cutting through the noise and eliminating anything unnecessary, leaving only what truly matters. For Jobs, this approach wasn't just about product design. It was a way of thinking and operating that applied to all aspects of life and business. By focusing on fewer things, Apple could pour its energy into perfecting every detail, ensuring that each product delivered an exceptional user experience. Jobs emphasized that saying no to thousands of ideas or features was critical to maintaining this focus, as it allowed the company to concentrate on what was truly important. This philosophy of simplicity extended beyond products to how Apple communicated with its customers. Jobs understood that people want tools that are intuitive and easy to use, not complicated systems that require extensive learning. The goal was to create products so simple and elegant that they seemed effortless, even though immense effort went into achieving that level of refinement. This dedication to minimalism became one of Apple's defining traits, setting it apart from competitors who often overloaded their offerings with unnecessary features. Another cornerstone of Jobs' mindset was his personal motto, "Stay hungry, stay foolish." These words, borrowed from the Whole Earth catalog, encapsulated his lifelong commitment to curiosity, risk-taking, and pushing boundaries. To stay hungry means to remain driven by ambition and passion, always striving for something greater. To stay foolish is to embrace boldness and creativity, daring to try things that others might dismiss as unrealistic or impossible. Jobs saw these qualities as essential for anyone seeking to make a meaningful impact in their field. Together, focus, simplicity, and a hunger for innovation formed the foundation of Jobs' success. They guided not only his work at Apple but also his approach to life. By staying true to these principles, he inspired countless others to pursue excellence, think differently, and leave their mark on the world. Simplicity may have been difficult to achieve, but it was worth every ounce of effort. a lesson that continues to resonate today. Failure, often perceived as a negative outcome, can sometimes be one of the most valuable experiences in both life and business. As Steve Jobs insightfully stated, failure can open up new opportunities for creativity. When things don't go as planned, it forces individuals and organizations to rethink their approach, break away from conventional methods, and explore innovative solutions. Failure serves as a powerful teacher, providing lessons that success often cannot. It strips away assumptions, encourages humility, and fosters resilience, qualities that are essential for long-term growth and achievement. For Jobs, setbacks were not roadblocks but stepping stones toward greater breakthroughs. He famously reflected on his firing from Apple, saying it was one of the best things that ever happened to him because it freed him to enter one of the most creative periods of his life. This perspective highlights the importance of embracing failure as a catalyst for reinvention and progress. Equally important is the ability to admit mistakes quickly and focus on improvement. Jobs believed that acknowledging errors without hesitation is critical for moving forward effectively. In a fast-paced world where industries evolve rapidly, clinging to past decisions or trying to justify missteps only delays progress. Instead, owning up to mistakes allows teams and individuals to pivot, refine their strategies, and continue innovating. Jobs emphasized this principle when he said, "Sometimes when you innovate, you make mistakes. It is best to admit them quickly and get on with improving your other innovations." This mindset creates an environment where experimentation is encouraged, and fear of failure does not stifle creativity. Moreover, admitting mistakes builds trust and credibility. When leaders openly acknowledge their errors, they demonstrate accountability and a commitment to learning. This openness inspires others to adopt the same attitude, fostering a culture of continuous improvement. Jobs' philosophy reminds us that perfection is not the goal. Rather, it's about striving to do better each time. By viewing failure not as an endpoint but as part of the journey, individuals and organizations can unlock untapped potential and achieve extraordinary results. Ultimately, failure becomes less about what went wrong and more about how it propels us toward future success. Technology, while transformative and powerful, is not the ultimate solution to every challenge or aspiration. As Steve Jobs wisely articulated, technology is nothing. What's important is that you have faith in people, that they're basically good and smart, and if you give them tools, they'll do wonderful things with them. This perspective underscores the idea that technology itself is merely a means to an end, a tool that empowers individuals to create, innovate, and solve problems. The true potential of any technological advancement lies not in its complexity or sophistication, but in how it enhances human capabilities and enriches lives. Jobs believed that placing trust in people was far more critical than focusing solely on the tools they use. After all, it is people who imagine possibilities, dream up solutions, and push boundaries using technology as a vehicle for progress. Looking ahead, the future of computers and technology will revolve around their ability to serve humanity as intelligent assistants. Jobs envisioned a world where machines wouldn't just perform tasks but would actively assist users in achieving their goals seamlessly and intuitively. He foresaw a shift from passive devices to proactive companions, computers that could anticipate needs, automate mundane processes, and provide guidance without overwhelming the user. For example, he imagined systems capable of monitoring conditions and triggering actions based solely on preferences or situational cues, effectively acting as personal agents. As Jobs put it, "You'll see more and more perfection of that computer as servant. But the next thing is going to be computer as a guide or agent." This evolution highlights the importance of designing technology with empathy and purpose. It's not enough for devices to be fast or efficient. They must also align with human values, simplify life, and foster meaningful connections. By prioritizing the human experience, technology can transcend its role as a mere tool and become an extension of our creativity and productivity. Jobs' vision reminds us that innovation should always begin and end with people at its core. Whether through artificial intelligence, machine learning, or advanced interfaces, the goal remains the same: to build technologies that empower individuals and communities to thrive. The relationship between humans and technology should be symbiotic, not one-sided. Faith in people ensures that technological advancements are used responsibly and creatively, driving progress that benefits everyone. In this way, the future of computing isn't about replacing humans but enhancing their potential, proving once again that faith in people is, and always will be, the cornerstone of meaningful innovation. Death, as Steve Jobs poignantly expressed, serves as life's ultimate change agent. It is the force that clears away the old to create space for the new, acting as a natural mechanism for renewal and transformation. This perspective reframes death not as something to fear but as an essential part of existence, a process that ensures growth, evolution, and progress. As Jobs famously stated, death is very likely the single best invention of life. Just as autumn leaves fall to make room for spring buds, death removes what is outdated or no longer necessary, allowing new opportunities, ideas, and experiences to emerge. This cyclical nature of endings and beginnings underscores the importance of embracing change rather than resisting it. Reflecting on mortality also plays a profound role in shaping significant life decisions. Jobs believed that remembering one's inevitable death was the most effective tool for cutting through external noise and focusing on what truly matters. When faced with the reality of impermanence, many of the fears and anxieties that hold us back, such as fear of failure, judgment, or loss, begin to dissolve. Death strips away the trivial concerns that often dominate our lives, leaving only what is genuinely important. As Jobs explained, almost everything, all external expectations, all pride, all fear of embarrassment or failure, these things just fall away in the face of death. This clarity allows individuals to prioritize their passions, relationships, and purpose over superficial pursuits like wealth, status, or societal approval. By contemplating death, we gain a heightened sense of urgency and focus. It reminds us that life is fleeting and that every moment is precious, an opportunity to create meaning and leave a lasting impact. Jobs' daily practice of asking himself, "If today were the last day of my life, would I want to do what I am about to do today?" exemplifies how this mindset can guide decision-making. If the answer was consistently no, he knew it was time to pivot and pursue something more aligned with his values and aspirations. Ultimately, thinking about death empowers us to live authentically and courageously. It challenges us to shed mediocrity, embrace boldness, and dedicate ourselves fully to the things that bring joy and fulfillment. In doing so, we honor both life and its inevitable conclusion, recognizing that each ending paves the way for a new beginning. Success, according to Steve Jobs, is not defined by wealth or material accumulation but by the profound sense of having accomplished something meaningful each day. For Jobs, true fulfillment came not from financial riches but from the satisfaction of knowing he had created or contributed to something extraordinary. As he famously said, "Being the richest man in the cemetery doesn't matter to me. Going to bed at night saying we've done something wonderful, that's what matters to me." This philosophy underscores the idea that success should be measured by the impact one has on others and the world, rather than by external markers like money or status. It's about finding joy in the process of creation, innovation, and problem-solving, activities that leave a lasting impression and improve lives. This perspective ties directly into Jobs' broader belief about the purpose of life: to leave a mark in the universe. He saw life as an opportunity to create ripples of change, to influence the future in ways that outlast our fleeting time on Earth. Jobs often expressed this ambition through his work at Apple, where he sought not just to build products but to revolutionize industries and redefine how people interact with technology. Whether it was reinventing the personal computer, transforming music with the iPod, or reimagining communication with the iPhone, Jobs aimed to make contributions that would endure long after he was gone. His mantra, "I want to put a ding in the universe," encapsulates this desire to create something timeless and transformative. Leaving a mark doesn't necessarily mean changing the entire world overnight. It can also mean touching individual lives in small yet significant ways. Jobs believed that when you focus on doing exceptional work and pouring your heart into every detail, the results speak for themselves. Excellence, passion, and authenticity naturally attract admiration and inspire others to follow suit. By prioritizing quality over quantity, innovation over conformity, and purpose over profit, Jobs demonstrated that leaving a legacy isn't about grand gestures. It's about consistently striving to do work that matters. Jobs' vision challenges us to think beyond ourselves and consider how our actions today will shape tomorrow. Success isn't just about personal achievement. It's about contributing to something greater than ourselves. And the purpose of life, as Jobs saw it, is to ensure that when our journey ends, we've left behind something remarkable. A testament to our creativity, determination, and humanity. Understanding customer needs is a complex and dynamic process, especially in industries driven by rapid innovation. As Steve Jobs insightfully pointed out, you can't just ask customers what they want and then try to give that to them, because by the time the product is built, their needs will have changed. This philosophy challenges the conventional approach of relying solely on market research or direct feedback to guide product development. Customers often don't know what they truly desire until they see it, and their preferences evolve as technology advances and new possibilities emerge. Simply following existing demands can lead to outdated solutions by the time a product reaches the market. Instead, Jobs believed in anticipating future needs and creating products that customers couldn't yet imagine but would eventually embrace. This forward-thinking mindset allowed Apple to consistently stay ahead of trends, delivering groundbreaking innovations like the iPod, iPhone, and iPad products that redefined entire industries. This approach has been a cornerstone of Apple's success and a key reason why loyal customers continue to stick with the brand. Apple's products are not just tools. They are experiences meticulously designed to delight users at every touchpoint. From intuitive interfaces to seamless integration across devices, Apple ensures that its offerings provide superior value and usability. Loyal customers recognize this dedication to excellence and trust the brand to deliver consistent quality. The emotional connection fostered through thoughtful design, combined with the practical benefits of using Apple products, creates a sense of belonging and satisfaction that keeps users coming back. Moreover, Apple's ability to innovate while maintaining its core values resonates deeply with its audience. By focusing on simplicity, functionality, and elegance, Apple addresses universal human desires for ease, efficiency, and beauty. These qualities transform everyday interactions with technology into something meaningful and enjoyable. Jobs understood that people don't buy products purely for their features. They buy them for how those products make them feel. By prioritizing experience over specifications, Apple has cultivated a community of devoted users who appreciate not only the products themselves, but also the lifestyle and creativity they inspire. In essence, Apple's success lies in its ability to envision the future and craft products that elevate the human experience, ensuring enduring loyalty from its customers. Steve Jobs' philosophy on leadership, design, and personal growth can be distilled into three iconic statements. Innovation distinguishes between a leader and a follower. Design is how it works, and stay hungry, stay foolish. These principles not only defined his approach to business but also served as guiding mantras for countless individuals seeking to make an impact in their fields. First, Jobs emphasized that innovation is the defining trait of true leadership. In his view, leaders are not those who simply follow trends or replicate what others have done. They are visionaries who challenge the status quo and create new possibilities. As he famously stated, innovation distinguishes between a leader and a follower. This idea underscores the importance of bold thinking and risk-taking in driving progress. Leaders must be willing to embrace uncertainty, experiment with untested ideas, and push boundaries to inspire change. For Jobs, this mindset was evident in Apple's groundbreaking products, such as the iPhone and iPad, which redefined entire industries and set new standards for excellence. By prioritizing innovation over incremental improvements, Jobs demonstrated that leadership is about envisioning the future and having the courage to pursue it relentlessly. Second, Jobs revolutionized the concept of design by asserting that design is how it works. Contrary to popular belief, he argued that great design is not merely about aesthetics. It's about functionality, usability, and how seamlessly a product integrates into people's lives. A beautifully designed gadget that fails to perform effectively misses the mark entirely. Jobs believed that every detail, from hardware engineering to software interfaces, should harmonize to deliver an exceptional user experience. This philosophy became the cornerstone of Apple's success, ensuring that its products were intuitive, elegant, and transformative. It wasn't enough for something to look good. It had to work flawlessly and enrich the lives of its users. Finally, Jobs urged individuals to adopt a mindset of lifelong learning and curiosity through his famous adage, "Stay hungry, stay foolish." This phrase encapsulates the essence of embracing creativity, taking risks, and remaining open to new experiences. To stay hungry means to maintain an insatiable drive for growth and discovery, while staying foolish involves daring to dream big and defy conventional wisdom. Together, these ideals encourage us to live authentically, pursue our passions fearlessly, and leave a lasting legacy. These three principles, innovation, thoughtful design, and relentless curiosity, remain timeless lessons for anyone striving to lead, create, and grow meaningfully.